Hey, coworkers.
Welcome to Coworkers in Crime, the podcast where office chatter meets crime discussion.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Crystal.
Yes, we really do work together.
And yes, we're totally obsessed with true crime.
From water cooler whispers to cold case deep dives,
we're here to bring you stories that keep us chatting way past our coffee breaks.
So grab your coffee,
lock your desk drawer, and let's get into this week's case.
He walked into Sligo bus station carrying a purple plastic bag. No identification, no wallet, no phone, no documents. And over the next 3 days, he would systematically remove every trace of who he was, piece by piece, across the town.
He checked into a hotel under a false name, avoided every CCTV camera except the ones he couldn't control. He carried bags out of the hotel and returned empty-handed. And when his body washed up, the autopsy revealed something investigators didn't expect. He was dying. He knew it, and he told no one.
This is the story of the man who called himself Peter Bergmann, a name that didn't exist, a man who erased himself with precision, and a mystery Ireland has never been able to solve. So, Crystal, I thought we would take a little trip back overseas. And I don't go looking for cases that are of unknown identities. They just keep falling into my searches
They're just
now.
So fascinating.
And there's a lot of them, which is what surprised me. I really thought we were done with unknown people erasing their identities.
Yeah,
and then
going
we get this one.
incognito. It's wild.
So we went from Oslo and the Eastall woman. Now we're in Ireland with Peter.
So let's arrive in Sligo. On June 12th, 2009, a man in his late 50s gets to Sligo bus station. He's carrying two bags, one purple, one black. He wears a dark jacket, black trousers, and glasses, and he looks like any other traveler.
Except he wasn't. Because when Garda later tried to identify him, they discovered something strange. No one matching his description had purchased a bus ticket under his name. No one matching his description had checked out of any nearby hotels. And no one matching his description had been reported missing anywhere in Europe.
He walked straight from the bus station to the Sligo City Hotel. At the front desk, he gave the name Peter Bergmann. He even spelled it out. He gave an address in Vienna, but the address didn't exist, not even close.
And he paid cash. He declined to give a phone number. He carried no ID, and he never left a single fingerprint on anything the hotel could trace.
But he did leave one thing, a face, because the hotel's CCTV captured him walking in and out multiple times, always carrying bags and always returning empty-handed.
And this is where the pattern begins, the deliberate construction of a false identity. He wasn't just hiding, he was dismantling himself.
That's so eerie.
It really is.
Yeah, it's just slowly taking apart who you are, and any sign of who you are is just... So over the next 3 days, Bergmann made 14 separate trips around Sligo, not wandering. He's purposefully moving. Every walk he went on had some sort of intention.
And CCTV shows him leaving the hotel with bags, returning without them, repeating this multiple times a day.
But the part that investigators still can't explain is none of the disposal locations of where these bags are were ever found. Not one bag, not one item, and not one scrap of evidence.
And Garda confirmed something else, something that still unsettles them. He avoided cameras with uncanny precision. He crossed streets to avoid lenses. He paused until buses blocked views. He used crowds as cover, and he walked routes with blind spots.
That's definitely not normal behavior. It's like trained behavior. This is very CIA coded, you know?
And so is this behavior of a man hiding from someone or hiding from his own past?
Yeah, that's so...
It could go either way.
Yeah. I don't want you to know who I was, or I don't want someone who knows who I am to know I'm gone. So let's talk about the post office trips. On June 13th, Bergmann walks into the post office. He buys stamps, airmail stickers, and envelopes.
But no one ever received a letter from him. No envelopes were found in his hotel room, and no outgoing mail was traced. Well, how do they know no one ever received a letter from
I
him if
know.
they say that this is not his real name?
Yeah,
He could have mailed these letters under his real name, and we would never know if someone received a letter.
yeah. I mean, he prepared to send a message and either never sent it or sent something investigators couldn't track is really where they ended up on that.
And that detail feels like a ghost, a message that existed for a moment and then vanished.
So let's talk about the cafe visit. He stops at a local cafe, orders a cappuccino, and he sits there alone, but he leaves no fingerprints on the cup.
How does that even work? Like, that's deliberate. That's someone who knows how fingerprints work and someone who knows how identification works. Did he wear
Yeah,
gloves?
that's what I was wondering. Like, is he just sitting there with gloves on the whole time?
And it happened in June. I mean, that
Hmm.
might stand out to people
Yeah,
in June. Even in Ireland, I know it's a little cooler there, but
it's
I
cooler and
feel like
rainier, but
I feel like people aren't
yeah,
wearing gloves in June.
yeah. And the first trip to Roz's Point, um, also on June 14th, Bergman took this taxi to Roz's Point, and the driver told Gardaí that he was polite, quiet, and carried a black bag.
He asked the driver where a good place to swim might be, but the autopsy later revealed he was in no condition to swim. He had advanced prostate cancer, bone tumors, and a heart disease.
Investigators believe that this was a coded way of asking where he could go to die without any interruption.
He walked the beach alone. He sat on a bench overlooking the water. He stayed for hours and then he returned to the hotel. That's kind of sad.
It's super sad, absolutely sad, because he's just looking for a place where he can go to pass. That's terrible. So the final day, June 15th, he checks out of the hotel, of course, pays in cash, and he carries the purple bag and he walks back to Ross's Point.
This walk was captured on CCTV. It's haunting. Slow, deliberate steps, no hesitation, no looking back.
I mean, it's like the walk of someone who knows exactly what's about to happen.
At 6:45 a.m. on June 16th, a man walking his dog found a body on the beach. It was Bergman, fully clothed, no signs of assault, no signs of drowning, no signs of a struggle.
Yeah, and the autopsy reveals that he, like you said earlier, they had this advanced prostate cancer and these bone tumors, and that he was likely in very significant pain.
So he was dying. He knew he was dying, and he chose to die alone in a country where no one knew him.
But the autopsy also revealed something else. There was no medication in his system. There weren't even any in his belongings or his hotel room, so nothing to treat the pain that he would have been in.
He didn't bring anything that could identify him, and he didn't bring anything that could comfort him. Gosh,
Yeah,
that's
it's so
again, that's
sad.
sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Because you think about how much pain when they're in advanced stages of diseases
Mhm.
and they're given morphine typically to dull that pain, to make it manageable. So to be able to be in pain, cognizant of your pain, but also aware enough to avoid cameras for most of your trip until the last day, to
Ducking
not leave
buses and
fingerprints. Yeah, it
yeah.
just all of it.
Imagine the timing you have to be paying attention to know to do a crosswalk at the time that a bus is also going in the other direction so that the camera doesn't pick you up. I mean, and all of that while in immense pain is just it's a different kind of disturbing, you know, it's a saddened disturbing. It's a weird feeling of this poor guy and it's who knows what he must have done in order to want to die this way. And
Right.
Gardaí tried everything. They checked missing person databases across Europe. They contacted Interpol. They traced the clothing labels, which when we knew it was going to be like Isdal, that's what I thought would be gone. They analyzed the stamps he bought. They reviewed every second of CCTV footage.
And still nothing. No match, no identity, no family, no country of origin, no medical records, and no travel records.
Yeah, and the name Peter Bergman doesn't exist. The address doesn't exist. The man himself, as far as records can show, didn't exist.
So this is 2009. Is it possible to erase yourself so completely in the modern world? Before this case, I would have said no.
Yeah. Why would you I mean, didn't I say like, he's in his 50s, right? Like, he's not a young guy, he's got a whole life behind him. So, it just to be able to walk away like that and hide out, and you gotta have something. I don't know, that's so strange.
Yeah, what kind of life leads someone to do this? Are you estranged from every family member? Do you not want to be a burden on them when you die? Do you don't want them having to be responsible for your debts, for your
Oh,
burial?
that's true,
Didn't
yeah,
want
maybe.
any fights within the family? I mean, I'm thinking there could be a lot of reasons that someone might do this,
And
but
it's the
to the
bags, like, what are
level
you yeah, like, what are you doing with all these bags? What's in them? What are you handing out? Where are you keeping it? Where are these cash spots that you're dropping them off? Like, that's wild. So let's kinda talk about the theories. So we and you and I have, like, ran through them a bit, but let's talk them out. So he's fleeing someone. So some investigators were speculating that he was escaping a threat, like a person or a group or some situation that he just couldn't outrun, which we've kind of thought that.
or that he was a former intelligence operative. His ability to avoid the cameras, provide this false identity, and dispose of belongings match known intelligent tradecraft, but there's no evidence confirming this.
Yeah, which is my number one answer. I mean, I believe that one, but we also have said that maybe he wanted to die anonymously. You know, the autopsy would support that because he was terminal, so he may have wanted to spare his family from what that could mean, and or he had no family left to really share that with, but that can be hard to watch someone go through, so he could have been trying to spare someone's feelings.
Or he could have been hiding a criminal past. Now, there's no evidence of this, but investigators also can't rule it out.
Right. And it could be that he was protecting someone else, which that theory resonates with most people because it's almost as if he erased himself to protect someone that he truly cared about.
I'm just thinking if you left, if that is true, but that one, I like that one the best. But at the
Mhm.
same time, what about that person they left behind? If they didn't say, hey, I'm going to go away because I'm terminal and I don't want to die in front of you, if they just left, what is that person thinking? That loved one. I've been abandoned. Something happened to him. And the fact that there's no missing person report, did he change how he looked?
Yeah, and I'm trying to think like what if he was someone who was already off the grid? You know what I mean? Like what if he was just
Oh,
already
that's
off the
true.
grid and there was just no one had any record of him in the first place. Still but to be that savvy of where
You got
cameras
it.
are,
Some
you
background.
have to know that area. I don't know, that's what's probably the most baffling is because you cameras are so well hidden, and it's not much different in 2009. I mean, cameras are in everything. Nanny cams were super popular back then, they were putting them in teddy bears. So it's like, how do you know that a camera's there? So what kind of intelligence do you have of that
Right.
area in Sligo to know that?
What kind of what kind of training do you have? He came to Sligo to die. He
Yeah.
didn't want to be found. He didn't want to be remembered, and he didn't want anyone to know who he really was.
Yeah, and that's strange too, like, why choose Ireland? You know, why choose Ross's Point? And Ireland's an island. Did he fly in? I know he took a bus into Sligo, but, why erase yourself so meticulously, and why he left behind a mystery that the investigators feel truly haunted by? I mean, they described the footage of him walking as just haunting because of his last walk. Bizarre.
Yeah, that deliberate walk to the beach.
Yeah.
Maybe the real mystery here isn't who he was. Maybe it's what he was trying to leave behind.
Yeah, and the silence he created was the only story he really wanted anyone to hear, which, ooh, gives me chills. Just I can't imagine someone just wanting to up and erase themselves. And we've seen that. I mean, that you're right. This is very, very close to how we felt talking about the Easdal woman in the Norway.
And Oslo Plaza. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hi, Europe. Like, what do you all have going on
Yeah.
that I keep finding these cases. I knew of the Oslo Plaza woman. I did not know about Peter or the Isdal woman. And I, I don't know. It's kind of fascinating to me that we keep coming across these cases where identities are erased. And maybe it's because we don't hear about it a lot here in the US.
Maybe we should look for some here in the US to see that we even like what what are ours of people just like disappearing like that?
We
Because
have to
these
have
just
some.
sound so sophisticated and so simple because these are simple things. It's not like they had any really
Well,
like
Isdal
crazy
was kind
masks
of
or something.
right, but Isdal, the woman was burned. So
Well,
that
yeah,
one's
that one
not.
was yeah, and then that one was
But
weird because it was like, did she do it to herself or how did there's no I don't
right,
know.
just but all
Those
these patterns of erasing your identity, giving a false name, paying in cash,
mhm.
and having no ID. And yeah, I'm gonna have to look and see if we have any here in the US because I feel like we must have. I'm thinking like 1950s. We must have a couple. There's
Yeah.
that one that happened on Cape Cod, the woman in the dunes. She was just identified though.
Oh, no, I don't know about that one.
That was an interesting one.
She was found in the dunes and
She's
unidentified
referred
until
to
recently?
she's referred to the woman in the dunes. Sadly, I don't know much about this case. There's been some ties that say she appeared as an extra in the movie Jaws. Um,
Yeah, that is odd you don't
and
know a lot about that one.
right, because we all know how much I love the movie Jaws.
Yeah.
Um, so that one, maybe I'll look into. I believe that they have identified her since in like the last 5 years. I want to say she was
Uh,
identified, or they're getting close to identifying her. One of the two.
yeah, we'll have to look into that one. It is just really I feel like it would be really sad to leave this world and no one knows who you are. I mean, you think of people who go missing and they never find them, but then you find like you see people that you don't know who they are. And I don't know which is worse, really. I mean, at least whenever someone is missing and you don't find them, you can have some hope left. But then you find people and you have no idea who they are. I guess the hope could still be there for the people that are looking for the person. I don't know. Just really, it's so bizarre to just not be able to be identified.
Yeah, and just to have that mindset that that is how you want to leave this world.
Yeah, and to go somewhere like that. I mean, he's going somewhere where no one can identify him. I mean, it reminds me of the Asheville case with Judy. Like, no one there would know who that is. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this one definitely was interesting, and a man that's sneaking around and erasing his identity. I really find the most fascinating part of the bags, like spending days making 14 separate trips to unload these bags somewhere and
Well,
where.
he showed up with what, one bag? He was carrying just the purple bag. How big is
Mhm.
this purple bag if you spend 3 days taking stuff and hiding it, disposing of it? I don't know, how much stuff is in that bag that or is it just one piece that you're taking out at a time? One shirt, one pair of pants, one pair of shoes, like, what?
Yeah. And then just unloading each time and coming back. I don't know. It reminds me of a bunch of different like I don't know if you remember the case in Vegas where he was carrying weapons up to that room, and that's what the CCTV videos were showing of him just bringing a new bag up to the room, and every day he was unloading weapons in that room. Do you remember that? That's what
Yeah,
he
I
was
do remember
doing.
that.
But that's the opposite. I mean, he's bringing things up there and doesn't plan to ever leave the room. But this guy is carrying bags of stuff. I just, if you only show up in town, like you said, he had the one bag, he had the purple bag. He comes into town with this big purple plastic bag and really nothing to speak of in it. But then over the next several days, he's carrying 14 different trips of things in that bag. Like, where is this stuff coming from? I don't know. Just,
And the letters, that's the other part that gets
yeah.
me. So, if he wrote
Oh,
these
yeah.
letters and sent them, and they're saying that they can't trace them, well, it's the post office, of course you can't
Yeah.
trace them.
No.
And if it's airmail, obviously they're leaving the country.
Mhm.
So where did those letters go? Or were they in one of the trips that he just dropped off? He wrote letters and then never mailed them. But why buy stamps? Why buy the airmail stickers?
And I think if he's hiding from cameras, he probably got those letters out. He could have
I
gotten
think
those
so.
letters out, unless
Yeah.
they're tracing the stamps, which we know they're not. He could have
How
gotten
do you
those
trace the
out.
stamp? Right.
Right. Yep, there's no way. I don't
And I
know.
think that, I mean, personally, I just think they went out under a different name.
Or even just no name. Like, if I received a letter with my mom's handwriting on it, I would know what that was. I know my mom's
Right.
handwriting. So if it
Yeah.
didn't have to have her name on it, I'd know it was her. Just has to have my address on it, and
Right.
I could just see my mom's write my address, and I'd be like, "Oh, a letter from mom." Like, I wouldn't need to have my name on it. I wouldn't need to have her name on it. I would know exactly who that's from. So
Yeah.
really, there's no telling. I mean, I'd guess have. Do you even have to have a return address on the top? You don't,
Well,
right?
I mean,
So
unless it does get to its destination, then it's nice to have a return address, but I don't
yeah,
think you have to have one.
no, I don't think it's like we won't send it if it's not.
Right. It's just interesting,
It
the
is
whole
very
thing.
interesting. Yeah. This one was good. I like this one.
Well, I hope that his family or loved ones, friends, maybe they hear
Receive
this
those
story.
letters. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they tell us.
or they received their letters. Just something that give them that piece of closure. Because if he did leave a loved one, I would always be wondering where my person was and why they felt they couldn't tell me what was going on. But then you add in all the avoiding cameras stuff, and it just adds a whole another level of curious. Like, you don't just do that if you're protecting a loved one.
No.
So I think it's a combination of several of those theories.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it really is very, very bizarre. Well, coworkers, thank you for joining us this time. If you know of any cases similar to this one, send it over. These are definitely intriguing. Just
They're
this like
intriguing,
mysterious
yes, and
disappearance. Yeah.
I think the next one might be the lady in the dunes from Cape Cod because it's summer
Yeah.
and it's a
And it's
time. It's
local.
a
Local as
yeah,
in this continent.
yeah. We're in the U.S. Yeah, well, let's
Yeah.
bring one of our weird unnamed people from the U.S. here because
Yeah,
these
some
are
attention.
just interesting. So, well, until next time, coworkers.
Bye, coworkers. That wraps up this week's episode.
Thanks for listening, whether you're at your office, at your home, or somewhere in between. We're glad you're here.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Like what you heard? Leave us a review and share it with your coworkers.
Got a case you want us to cover or office drama that feels criminal? Send it to us at coworkers.crimepodcast@gmail.com or check the episode notes for all of our social handles. Until next time, coworkers.
Stay curious, stay safe, and stay caffeinated.